Good morning and welcome to the Made in the AM podcast. My name is Fie and I'm coming to you from Denmark on this slightly overcast morning. I am recording from the same, just put the remote there. I'm recording from the same setup as last time because I'm trying to take advantage of as much natural light as I can. This also means that there will probably be glare in my glasses. I'm sorry about that. As I said, my name is Fie. You can find me on Ravelry and social media as Bungoif, which I'll put down below. And yeah, it's been 3 weeks since I last recorded. I almost said since my last confession, because sometimes it feels a bit like a confession, this. I'm talking basically to myself. The week before last, I went to London with my bestie and no knitting was done. Well, that's not technically true. There was some knitting done, but that basically amounts to a sock, which I'll show you later. And last Monday coming back from London, I decided that I'd rather take the train for an hour and a half, or not even, and go see my parents for a couple of days than go the full, 4 hours home. So I did, especially since it was, I think we landed at 5:30 in the afternoon, and I only got back from my parents Monday afternoon, so another week went by, in which I actually did do some knitting. So there's actually contents. It's been a while. This week I have been knitting on a couple of other things than what I'm going to show you, but there's no progress or no discernible progress, so I'll just spare you. I will, however, draw your attention to this. Now, this didn't go to London with me because it wasn't. I saw the weather forecast and I decided, meh, not going to bother doing the second sleeve. I think I did finish the first sleeve. Yeah, I did, and I started the second sleeve. So I could have had it done for London. I decided not to because it was supposed to be above 20 degrees centigrade. And who needs a cardigan in those conditions? But it's done now. And I'll show you, it's washed and blocked and everything. This is the, let me just turn it right side. This is the Lollipop Cardigan by Rio Shannon, I think. I'm sorry, I have a project page that links to the designer page. Got a sleeve. Wait, you have 2 sleeves. And this is what the back looks like. And the back also has beads. Now you might notice that these beads are clear, some with a sort of goldish shine. These beads were gold in colour when I put it in the washing machine. And yes, I do put all my knits in the washing machine because life's too short to hand wash garments when you're, basically when you're me. What you do with your hand knit garments? Your decision. I put mine in the washing machine. I did test the washing machines we have here before doing it the first time, and they're surprisingly gentle. However, the colour of the beads have disappeared. So it's a good thing I did consider doing clear beads, because that's what I ended up with. I will say that I have used colored beads in other projects with no problems, including beads coming from chroma beads. So I don't know if it's just these beads or what the deal is. No idea. But I like it. I'm happy with it. The length of the sleeves isn't... Sorry, something's falling over here. I was just making sure it wasn't something important. The sleeves are a bit longer than what I wanted, and they're showing up way more orange on screen than it really is. I had figured that, I'll just do the decreases and then I'll do the ribbing. Turns out, doing the decreases, if I'd done them in full, I'd probably have full length sleeves. Yeah, don't know what happened there. But I'm happy with it. The mods I made were to, well, do a sleeve length that isn't in the pattern. The pattern does go short or 3/4 length. I'm closer to bracelet, still in the 3/4 length area. I also decided not to do the increases for the fronts all the way down. I'm not a fan of the wavy fabric all over the place look. That does look a bit like I should have been tying a wrap around. So I only did the increases until I reached the separation of the sleeves words, and then I just let it follow down. This means that if I did put buttons in, I could close it. I haven't put buttons in because I don't want to close it. I also decided to do a tubular cast off on the well, it's not button bands, but the bands around the neck and the front, and on the sleeves, simply because it's stretchy and I like the look of it. I am definitely better at the tubular bind off than the cast on. That's what I've learned. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. The yarn is Hedgehog Fibers sock in the pollen colorway. It's so soft and I can't wait to wear it. The temperatures have dropped like 10 degrees overnight. Not today, but previous night. And so we are definitely heading towards fall now. Which, yay! I can wear clothes again. Yay! I do wear clothes in the summer. I do. Anyway, still too hot in my flat to wear a cardigan over my... Oh, I really should have fixed this before recording. This is my Bettine dress. This is the dress that you saw in the background. I don't know why I'm pointing, there's nothing back there. You saw it in the background last episode. And yeah, it's done now. Let me just... It has pockets. And I adore the fabric. The fabric is from Meter.dk, which is a Danish online and physical, or you know, brick and mortar shop located in Aarhus, and I adore the fabrics. Whoever does the ordering has great taste. So that was my FO. This is my sewing FO. On to what I've been knitting on. So, the thing you've seen before. I have 3 things to show you for what I'm working on. This is a Studio in the green bag, which I won in the Around Your Neck knit along that the Suburban Stitcher hosts every summer. I say every summer, I think it's the 2nd summer she's done it. I won it last year. And I didn't use it too often because it has this separation in the middle for working with 2 skeins of yarn, and yeah, I don't really do that. I love the idea. I love the bag. It's a well-made bag, and I'm a sucker for glitter because I'm basically a magpie. But yeah, haven't used it a whole lot. Anyway, it hosts the cowl I'm knitting. This is the Isolde Teak Fraxinus. I want to say Fraxinus. It's an ash tree cowl, and yeah, it's going to be a nice biggish cowl. I've done, I think the last time we spoke, I'd done the ribbing, which seemed endless, but it's really not. I'm sorry, changes in weather and so on means that I got a cold in London, and I'm mostly over it, but sometimes it just hits me, so I'm sorry if I start coughing as well. Hopefully not. But yeah, just to warn you. Anyway, I have since then done this like bead-like pattern, honeycomb-like pattern, and I've done the transition here and the first row of the next pattern, a textured pattern, which are like big wing-like things. I don't know. I swear, it's really pretty in real life. My words, not so much. The yarn I'm working with is the yarn that is from the Isolde Teak Club. This is the 3rd one, so next time will be the 4th one, that's the last one. A bit sad. I don't think I'll sign up for the next year, if there's a 3rd year. Simply because this is actually the first thing I've knit from her club this year. And there's still some things I didn't knit from last year, so when I'm trying to go on a yarn diet or cold sheeping, I don't like the word diet, when I'm trying to cold sheep, it doesn't make sense to be in a club that will basically just add more to the stash. If I knit everything, great. But since it's accumulating, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all that to say that the yarn I'm using is the Uncommon Thread Posh Fingering, which is I think there's some silk and some mohair and wool. Merino wool, I think, or BFL. In the Space Oddity colorway. I love the colorway. I know it's like grey, so, but for some reason I do love grey. Not all the time, but for something like this, yeah, sure. And I do see the brain behind the Uncommon Thread and her colour sense. And she does do grey really well. So yeah, that's the first one. I'll just take a drink. The second thing I'll show you wasn't cast on the last time because I cast this on for our London trip. And this is also my hoe. The yarn is London House yarn in the Four Founders colorway. I've done a tubular cast on, which I usually do my socks toe up, but I decided to try the tubular cast on because one of the reasons I don't do cuff down is that I don't really have a stretchy cast on, and I figured, okay, I'll try this. Always a good thing to do in a busy or in a train. Sorry, when you're going on a trip, to do something new. Well, I was taking advantage of the Wi-Fi on the train to look at. Actually, I saw this tutorial on it, video, and it's just a basic 1x1 rib, a short row heel, and a toe. And I've knit this on 68 stitches because that's what I'm trying out, and it fits. It might be a bit. I ended the toe earlier than I usually would have, or with more stitches than I'd usually cast on for a toe up sock, simply because it was getting a bit long. It's not too long, it hasn't been washed, which stitch markers should tell you. But yeah. Anyway, hoe, first sock. Second sock did get cast on not long after I finished the first sock, and this is where it stranded. Doing a bit of Hufflepuff. Yeah. Again, tubular cast on, knit the rib for like, I think it's like 15 rows. And I've started the leg. Tiny bit of Hufflepuff right there. So hopefully I'll have socks soon-ish. If I can't find anything else sort of mindless to knit on, I'll bring this to Knit Night on Wednesday. Because my other things might not really be suited for Knit Night. I don't know. We shall see. Oh, and this is living in the Plover Bear sushi sock bag. The one with the button that says green, or blue is the new green. Which I think was a Tory slogan a few years back. So there. And one final thing, which you haven't seen either, because why work on the things I already have going? Which is basically 2 shorts and a sock. I have worked on the 2 shorts, but you can't tell the difference. Yeah. While we were in London, is this the 4th? I think it's the 4th shawl in the Shawl Society. Helen Stewart, I am never going to learn how to say the Shawl Society. Anyway, the 4th shawl came out. And going to London, we went to Loops. Actually, the first thing we did after checking into our hotel was taking to Underground to Angel, to Islington, and going to Byron and having a burger and a ridiculous amount of food for the small table we got. And after eating, we went to Lube's. Or Lube. I don't know where the S came from. Lube. And I knew I wanted to get some DK weight yarn for the new shawl. But, and it's called a quill shawl. Sorry, I'm all over the place. This is what not recording for 2 weeks does to you, apparently. Let's just blame that. I knew I wanted to get yarn for the shawl that hadn't actually been released at that point. I knew I'd need 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. And that was about all I knew. I had looked at Eden Cottage because I'm not knit with it and I like their aesthetic. What I ended up casting on for the shawl was not Eden Cottage yarn. It was Malabrigo's Rios that I picked up at Loop. That was just it. I didn't have a purpose for it. It's just these 3 colours go nicely together. Let me buy them. Also because when you're buying, I bought yarn at Loop, okay? So when you're buying like a skein that costs £25, seeing something costing, is it less than £12, let's just say that, I think it's 11 something, makes you go a bit, this is nice yarn, this is cheap, I need this. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, I ended up buying Malabrigo Rios in, oh, I'm tangled, I'm so sorry, in the glazed carrot colorway. Yeah, glazed carrot, which you can't read from this distance. I have Sandbank, and I have Lost Attack. No, I haven't. Nimbus Grey. So, these 3 colours. At the time I didn't know why they spoke to me. I mean, these 2 neutrals go great together and with a pop. And that's what the shawl was like. So maybe I was unconsciously shopping for the shawl, even though this is a worsted weight and not a DK weight. But as soon as I saw the shawl, I was like, these are the colours I need to, or this is the yarn I need to cast on with. I'm trying not to drop everything here because I only have my lap. Let me just, there. So, I cast on, like today's Monday. I cast this on Friday and if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen my Instagram stories from Saturday where I worked on like 3 different projects and swatched for a 4th. Well, this was cast on Friday, and this is where I am at now. Knitting worsted weight goes really, really quick. Like really, really quickly. And I love it. I think the colours are pretty spot on the screen, at least on my screen. In some light, these colours remind me, and this only hit me the other day, after I introduced the first orange stripe. My parents have curtains in their living room which are from the Well, they were made in the early 80s. I think it was 80, 81, when they purchased the house. And my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, made them curtains in these colours. Well, the light colour is more white and the dark colour is more brown. The orange was pretty spot on. And it just hit me. I'm knitting my parents' curtains. My parents still have those curtains. Still look nice. But yeah, I bought my parents' curtains. My dad will get a kick out of that when he finds out, if he finds out. Probably won't be able to keep it from him, especially if I start wearing this. It's already a really big shawl, because worsted weight shawls are rather big. I'm not really a big fan of triangular shawls. I will sometimes still knit them if I like the look of them. But there's no but there. What I was going to say is that this goes on for a bit more. I'm about to do another orange, and then there's another section, and then there'll be a lace section, which will be in this orange color, and then there'll be another section with the darker and so on. I think it ends in the dark color, and it's so addictive because it's like, oh, I'll just knit another stripe, and then suddenly it's, oh, it's I was about to say purple, orange, it's called orange, stripe, and so on. So yeah, it's really easy and mindless right now because it's just back and forth, back and forth. So I'm really looking forward to the lacy section. And if I'm going in the tempo I've been going so far, like, as I said, cast this on Friday, not even in the morning, just sometime during Friday. Worked a bit on it Saturday and Sunday. Haven't worked on it today because all I did was shower, have breakfast, oatmeal if you're really that interested, porridge with bananas. And I have milk for it, or with it, because I know you're interested in what I eat. Yeah, but this is both a new purchase and a new project. Hopefully, well, like I said, I'm addicted. Hopefully I can make it until hopefully I'll get to the lacy section today, and yeah. The thing is, right now I'm addicted to this. I'm addicted to the cowl that I threw down here. So they're both competing for my attention, which is nice, but yeah. Means nothing else gets worked on, but hey. It's getting cold. Oh, colder. I know. For some of you, 15 centigrade is cold. I really like this temperature. Anyway. Oh, and this is living in my Thimble and Thread Make bag. Or one of them. She has a Halloween kit. I don't do Halloween. We have a Fastelavn in the spring. Or spring. Beginning of the year. You have not lived until you've seen little princesses in big overcoats in the snow running around trick-or-treating. Or been that little princess running around in a big overcoat in the snow trick-or-treating. It's just, you get dressed up and then you hide your costume. It's like that everywhere. whatever the season, I suppose. Tangent. Anyway, did I mention I went to London? Because I did. With my bestie. We went to Loop. I bought yarn, as you can tell. I actually bought more than that. I bought enough yarn to get another free bag. Yeah. Like I said, the Malabrigo Rios. Nice price point, and they had this lone single skein that is so my colour. It's called Bobby Blue, and I had to have it. I think it will be a hat. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I have to sneeze. No, I don't. I also bought, I'm having a love affair with the Uncommon thread. I have for a bit. And fluff. When I saw these, I've looked at Peony before. This is Peony. It's in the singles, BFL singles. When I saw these shades of pink, I just thought, I don't care, I have to have them. They had these two, they might have had more in the back or upstairs, but I saw these two and thought, this will be a nice shawl. And I realized yesterday when I was looking for something else, I don't know what I want to make out of these. I want to knit the Sakura shawl. I've been wanting to knit this forever, but it uses 740 yards of fingering weight yarn, which I did have, but I'd have to break on some things, or it wasn't the right color, or granted, this is still not the right color, because when I think of Sakura and I think of cherry blossoms, I tend to think more pale pink, really. But I think this would be really nice. It's more pink than is showing up in my screen. I think it would just be nice in this, like a textured, lacy pattern. So yeah, if I can control my addiction to the quilt shawl and to the cowl, the Fraxinus cowl, I might wind up the yarn and cast on for this. I do remember casting on for it in the past and thinking there was an error or something. I don't know, probably just me not paying attention if I'm honest. But yeah, that's for that. And as I mentioned, I picked out, and this could so easily have been the quilt shawl, if the other three colors hadn't spoken to me. I chose the Eton Cottage Boland DK. This is charcoal, and this is also Blue-Faced Leicester. I don't know if it's just me that's obsessed with Blue-Faced Leicester right now or what it is. Anyway, charcoal, steel, and hyssop, which I keep calling hyslop, because of Ian Hislop. It doesn't remind me of him, but yeah, Hislop. I mean, just look at them. I love really rich jewel tones, but I also love these subtle, not even pale tone, but it's the subtle colours that Eden Cottage does. I'm thinking this will either be a 3-colour shawl or something. These need to... Oops. That was really elegant. What I was trying to say is these need to go together. Not on the floor, but just in general. I don't know if... Actually, there's 225 meters in each. Would make a pretty decent size shawl. Even if I did a fingering weight. I'm sure there's some fingering weight shawls that are around this. I'll see. Sorry. All over the place. We also went to Liberty because Louise and I both love fabrics, and Liberty does great fabrics. And I bought fabric. Some time ago I saw this fabric sewn up in a shirt and I fell in love. I mean, just look at these cute animals all waiting in line to get into the zoo. How can you not love it? I'm trying not to buy fabric without having a pattern for it or an idea what I want. So when I saw this collect pattern at Liberty, I figured, hey, I'll buy this and I'll do the second version, the shirt version. Or I'm not sure I'm going to do the long sleeves because I'm not a fan of long sleeves. I tolerate them much better in a lightweight shirt because shirts suit longer length sleeves more, in my weird opinion. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this will pan out. I'm going to go into my fabric stash and find something inexpensive that I don't have a purpose for and make a trial run before I cut into this, because I want this to be perfect. Well, not perfect, but you know, something I'll be proud to wear and get a lot of use out of. So yeah, really nice. And while looking at that fabric, I also saw this and fell in love. It's a bit busy. It's reminds me of a painting, which it should because it's pointillism, I think. And I figured this would be a nice top, or not a shirt, because I think it's not too busy for a shirt, but I think I'd get more wear out of it if it wasn't a shirt. And while part of me did consider doing one of the this is really entertaining viewing for you, I'm sure. Doing one of the shorter sleeve versions, like how fun is that? Those sleeves. I might have to buy some fabric just so I'll be able to make that. Yeah. Sorry, it's just those sleeves look really fun. And this would actually work for it. But that's not what I did buy was this Colette pattern. I never used Colette patterns before. I have mainly used cylinder buttons lately. Cylinder buttons and Grainline Studios. So I'm interested to see what this is like. Can I just say, I know it's an American pattern, but Liberty is an English shop, and they didn't have conversions from yards to meters. I had to do it online because everything here is in yards. The salesperson only knew meters, so we were basically Googling how much I needed, and I have too much. I have more fabric than I'd need, but hey, I'd rather go more than not enough. Anyway, I'm going to make version 1 because I don't think I can find buttons that really match this, and I really don't want the ribbony detail in the neck. But yeah, cute little top, sleeveless. It'll be cute. I'm also going to do a mock-up of this because even though it says beginner, something's going to go wrong. It usually does. And those were all my purchases. I did mention swatching on Saturday, and I have my swatches here. I did 2 swatches on a 5mm needle and a 4.5. The reason I was swatching is that I'm getting into the fall mood, and as you can see, I don't have a garment on the needles right now, and to be honest, it's freaking me out a bit. I mean, yeah, shorts are nice, cows are nice, socks are nice. I always have a garment on the needles. And one thing I've been wanting to... I have string everywhere. One thing I wanted from the fabric, not from this dress or anything else. I haven't done anything, so I haven't really felt like crafting while it's so hot, so yeah. But another thing I've had in my queue for a while is Cove by Via Velamaki. I adore her patterns. And I have a lot of Wollmeister DK. I'm just trying to see if I can find a... Yeah, no. This is so awkward. There we go. This is the front. It's a double-breasted reverse stockinette with a pattern on the back and on one sleeve only. And I am going, of course I have the yarn for this. I have yarn for everything. not quite literally everything, but yeah. I swatched on the 5 that it recommends. Got gauge except for, I think it's supposed to be, let me just check. Yeah, it's supposed to be 26 rows and I have 25-ish rows on the 5. So I figured, oh, I'll just try and swatch it on the 4.5 millimeter. And I have like, I still have the correct stitch gauge, but now I have like 28 rows. So yeah, I'm going to go with the 5s. Nice and drapey. These are washed and not blocked because I don't really block my garments. I just pat them out to dry. So that's what I did with these. And this is not the colour I'm going to use. It's just, I had a partial skein. Oh, partial. I had a bit of skein already. I left from something else. I am going to fluff everywhere. Use this Volumizer TK Petit Poison number 5. Because it fits, I think it fits a darker colour, this cardigan. And I'm just really in love with this and I really want to use it for something. And so yeah. I almost decided to do this in a red because I do have a red. But I figured I want the red for something else. I want this to be a, it sounds weird saying I want this to be a dog, cozy, snuggle up thing. Because the colour doesn't make it snuggly. But in my mind, I want it dark. So yeah, dark. But still colourful because, hey, girl needs colour. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching what I've been doing. I can't say goodbye if you haven't. If you want, or if you like my videos, please subscribe, and hopefully it won't be 3 weeks until I see you next time. Hopefully I'll see you on Monday. If I don't, I'll post something on Instagram. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and friend me on Ravelry, whatever. I'm actually a quite nice person. It's the lie I tell everyone. Yeah. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you next time. Bye.